put it in lower high. It's basically in forward gear. Then forward. Four-wheel drive is just controlled by that switch there.
I can always jump out pretty easy and clear stuff too.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but just watch your eyes like when we go through shit like that. And he'd be pretty well trained at this point. I can turn her head towards my shoulder. Yeah, it's a little more body roll with the sway bars taken off. But it's so much more comfortable on most of these trails.
Just sway around. Yeah.
Well, because you don't have the front end being tipped side to side because one shock is going up. I try not to hit stuff so hard that it splashes in, but we'll also warn you that it's designed to bend through the floor. So if you drive through deep water, the water will come in through the floor. Across the road. Vehicle. And yeah, doors are likely going to get scraped along the way. It's good. My philosophy is beat the shit out of it, and whatever breaks, you replace.
Yeah.
I mean, take it easy on it. Figure out what the fuck's wrong. See, I keep telling people that when the sway bars disconnected, 35, 40 miles an hour turns into a very entertaining fucking run.
Exactly. Now you took Barker out in Gray, right?
Yeah.
With sway bar on.
No, I took him out in Standish, and the sway bars were off. I could do the same thing for us, as far as softening up the shock. I could stiffen up the shocks for us, as opposed to the way they are right now. But for most of this, I'd rather have the shocks soften up and suck up most of this stuff and not jar us. With Matt, I had to crank up the shocks a little bit just because just weight-wise, it's set up right now. It's set up for Amy and I. So we could go stiffer on it, but until it starts to sway uncontrollably, I'm not gonna. I think it's all right now.
Oh yeah,
it's fun still. It turns driving it into a matter of like pitching it through shit. And I'm still in two-wheel drive as well, so we're still sliding around a lot more than we probably would be.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, this is great control.
See, and this is why it's good that I know this trail. At least I've been through here a couple times right now. You have to go through it at a whole different speed if you have never been on the trail before, or unless you just want to crash it and break it. I mean, I don't mind breaking stuff if it's legitimately like trying hard to. But I mean, no need to abuse it unnecessarily. Traction is limited by the leaves a lot through this stuff too, just because they provide like this flare shitty slip. But I mean, I'm still two-wheel. I'm in two-wheel and in high. I'm like as little traction as this thing offers. It also like gun range. generally go through about 2 gallons of gas.
Vaporizer?
Sure. Is it green?
It's almost. No, go ahead. It was just green a moment ago. It should pull. I'm sorry. What was the stats on the miles per gallon? Or a couple hours?
Probably about 15 miles a gallon, I guess. But you got to remember, miles in this thing is like
Right.
through the woods, and it takes like a fair amount of time. We got good trees around here, so I'm going to try going through this just to see what happens. Worst thing that happens is we get stuck. We're not in like 8 feet of mud or anything.
Right.
Be like,
Oh, you mean that? Oh, yeah.
well, the big thing is getting high centered, right?
Yeah, as long as you don't get bottomed out, right? As long as you don't.
Well, so you kind of have to approach it a little bit different. Here, I'll show you. I'll
Me,
demonstrate.
I'd put my left wheel right on the center.
Nah, anybody can do it that way.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true.
So I want to see if I can get through that just in the ruts that exist. I bet I can. Even if I'm dragging my belly, I can get through there. I'm good.
Alright.
Okay. Get hold of your handles on. Usually we probably won't need handles, is my guess.
Alright. Doors closed.
Doors closed. Alright.
We're
this
gonna
isn't-
front.
Oh, this isn't bad.
We're gonna fire. Oh, yeah, that's not bad. God. Branch in the face hurts worse than that mud pile.
I feel bad. Yeah, yeah, realize that's the danger, but these do catch a lot of that impact. Great. Wire brush guard? Lots of brush.
Yeah, knowing the trail does help. Sure.
Well, especially with as many leaves as are on the trails right now. I mean, it's hard to see where they are.
Yeah, we're going down.
question is, do you really want it to? Delay, it's already decided that you're already going that way. The question is now, are you crashing or not? Wildlife.
Yep.
Sure he goes up here somewhere. Oh, there we go. I'll play through your power steering zero.
I was gonna say that is quite smooth steering. You don't seem to be muscling at all when
I'm
you're
not.
one-handed. It's quite impressive, to be honest with you.
Especially with as tight as some of this stuff is. Last thing you want to do is have
Now,
to be
is that you
wrestling.
letting off the gas and it torques, it
Yeah.
slows you down that?
Yeah, okay,
Wow.
so this is that, and that's with it in high.
Wow.
Watch. Here, I'll show
Wow. Are you
you. Watch. Here's low. And like, if you're being aggressive with something, you can put it in low. Realistically, it just hasn't needed much more than that. But what? I'm just gonna let off the gas. I am not hitting the brake right now. Although I should probably stop at this crossing. But see how much that brakes on its own?
Wow.
It really wants the gear to. Well, I mean, plus putting it in low, it puts a lot more torque to the ground.
I know, I can feel it. Hear it.
Like I said, we haven't been through anything that really required low.
No, you're right.
Like I said, usually, like, you have to be more cognizant of the trail than anything. You know what I mean? Like, these trails are fairly tight to be opening up very much. And then you gotta watch. See why the eye protection becomes mandatory?
Yep.
Like, that was one thing to take it in the face, it's another thing to take it in the eye.
Yep.